Yeah, I do. Alright, so first go ahead and open up Premiere and wait for it to load. Then click New Project. Here you click Browse. Just click on whatever folder you want to save it to. I'm just going to Desktop. And then go ahead and name the project whatever you want. I'll just name it Kaiju Test 2. And then just go ahead and do 1080 24. And then name the sequence, I guess whatever, how many companies you're gonna have. I'll just name it company 1 right now. Alright, so this whole thing is called your workspace. And this is your timeline. This is your first sequence for company 1. So the main things up here you're going to be using is the file and the title to make your title sequence. And file, new projects, save as, and then the import and export, you're using those. So right now you're just going to want to go ahead and just organize everything. And I guess depending on how many companies, I think you're doing 3. So go ahead and create a new bin, create 3 new bins. You just click on this little thing. Bin 1, bin 2, bin 3. Actually, it's inside of it, so take it out. And then go ahead and take the company sequence 1 and drag it into the bin 1. And then you can go ahead and rename these. And Maribel's Premiere might look different because this is the 2000. This is like the last version's workspace. I reverted it back to the old version. So I think the way Maribel's might be set up, this little area here will be down here. Where it says project, this section might be down here. But yeah, so go inside the company 2 folder. This little thing will pop up. And then right click and then do new item, sequence. Make sure it's 1080. Name this company 2. 2. Close it. Go inside company 3 folder. New item, sequence. Company 3. So, and then you'll see these sequences down here in the timeline, and these are basically your videos. So, so you know how I talked about making one video and then cutting it up for the different companies? So you can go ahead and make your one video in this area, and then once you're done, you can copy and paste it and then put it in company 2 and company 3, and then in here, once everything's done, the only thing you'll be doing is cutting and taking the parts out, like the different company names out, and then putting the correct company name in. So here, these are your videos that I was talking about, your video tracks, and then your audio tracks. And so for sound, if you're going to import music, go ahead and just leave the music outside these folders, since I'm pretty sure you use the same music. So file, import, wherever your music is, click on it, open, and then you can double click on it, and then your music will play here. You can scroll through it and just press the play button. And then, so say if you just want the first minute, what you'll do is click on the I key on the keyboard, and then go to the minute. And then click on O. So this is your in point and your out point. And then you can go ahead and put your mouse over this, which is drag audio only, and drag it down to audio 2. And then for audio 1, go ahead and put your voiceover track in here. So when you import your voice, go ahead and click inside the company folder, and then in here go ahead and click import, and then wherever your track is for company 1, go ahead and click import, and then do the same thing for company 2. Right click, import wherever that audio is, click open. Same thing for company 3, double click, right click, import, find the audio, open. And so this way it's a little more organized. And then what you'll do for the video is just all text. So your title, go to title, new title, sorry, default still. Make sure you click inside the timeline first, and click on title, because you don't want the frame size to mess up. And then let's name this one background. Name this background. And I'll open up the title. And for this one, you just go ahead and click on this rectangle and draw out a rectangle. Just hold your mouse button down and drag it out. And then click exit. And then you'll find that right here inside the project area. So let's go ahead and drag this background and put it in video 1, so that you'll put your text titles above on video 2. You just need a white background so you can see the words. And then go ahead and click into the company 1 folder. And here you go ahead and click title, new title. And then however you break your script down, you'll know how many different titles you'll need. And just go ahead and name it, I guess just first slide. Okay. And then click on the text. And then go ahead and just start typing whatever you need. Up here is the font style. You can also change the font down here. And then bold, italics, underline. This is the font size. Center, how you want it aligned. And then you can find the color of the text over here. I'll change it to black. And then just type whatever you want. And then just go ahead and exit it. And then your title will be right here. This will be the first slide for company 1. So you go ahead and take that, drag it in here, and you can make it as long as you want it to be. So if you want 29 seconds, so like that, and you can click play over here. And then we'll just play the video. So you'll have to, for each different, section, you just have to make a new title sequence. So for the next section, for company 1, Alright, I got cut off, but so yeah, so depending on how many different like slides you need, depending on the amount of text, you'll just keep making a new title sequence for each different part of the video, for each transition to the next text slide. And then just so you just keep making them. So slide 2, put it in. Another slide, go ahead, title, new title, default still. Slide 3. Okay, open it up. And then whatever text you had in there last will still be in there. Actually, no. That's fine. So make sure you change the color. And then whatever the next part is, go ahead and type it out. Place it however you want. Change the font style. Whatever floats your boat. And then, and the reason why it shows type of way is because the slider's right here. Go ahead and move it over. Put in your next slide. And then, so for, the parts for the keying I was talking about, with the arrow and stuff, go ahead and make a new title. And then, I actually never made an arrow in here before. Actually, you might not be able to make an arrow in here. And you might just get a picture of an arrow and import it in. Yeah, so okay, so whatever, for the logos, the arrows, whatever like little clips you need, you just go ahead and import it in. Import it to any of the company folders. And that way, so I don't think you can make an arrow in the title thing. So basically, whatever pictures you get, go ahead, like say it's from company 1, go ahead and import, and then go to your pictures, and then just click on a picture, click on this guitar, and then open it, and then you can drag pictures into the timeline too. And then for keying is basically animation, so you click on the picture, click on effect controls, click on this arrow that says motion, and then click on a position timer. So These little like diamond things right here are your keys. So it says add/remove keyframe, and this is the position of your picture. See, so you can go ahead and like say if you want this picture to start off frame, go ahead and drag it down, put the keyframe, and then right here, if you want it to be on screen by this point, go ahead and like wherever you want it to be. So if you want like about right here, set that keyframe, move this keyframe down, and then I moved it backwards. Well, I keep it on, but make sure you key it right. You can go ahead and clear these out. Clear, clear. So basically, so if you have like this text here, and you have this picture here, if you want this stuff to be together, you can go ahead and FX, motion, position, make sure it slides at the right spot you want it. And then if you want this to be off the frame, or if you want it, let's say you want this here, go ahead and keyframe it, and it'll automatically keyframe. You just have to be careful, because if you don't, sometimes it'll be automatic keying, so if you make a movement, it'll go ahead and key it. And say you want this guitar to come in, if you want it to be off frame at the beginning, go ahead and take it out of frame, key it, like just double click it just to be sure, and then say by here you want it to be okay. So make sure you key it right. See, I don't have my slider at the very beginning. So make sure it's at the very beginning when you do your first key. So I'm going to off frame. So it's off frame. And then go to your next spot. So by here you want it to be on frame, like right here. You can go ahead and key that. So then go ahead and play it. And it'll just move them like that. But do the keying last, like get everything in order of how you want it, and then go ahead and key everything, because keying can get tricky. It's fun though. Okay, so then once you have everything down here, like once your first video is complete, you go ahead and copy it. Go ahead and copy it. You can right click copy or Control C, and then go ahead and paste it. Go to your next sequence. So this is company 3, and then click Control V to paste it. And then you can go ahead and start cutting, and you will use the razor blade, this tool right here, to cut. You click on stuff and it'll just cut it up like you're dissecting. And so say if say you're bringing a new audio, like you can go in your company 3 folder, pretend your new audio is in here. You double click on the audio. Say this is the audio, so you double click on it. It'll be here. Like say we need this little section. So endpoint, outpoint. Say this is your old audio and say from about here, endpoint I, to about here, outpoint O. This is where your old company name was. So you don't want this anymore. You can go ahead and mark it. Press M to mark it. So you know between here you need to cut this, because this is for a company like 1 or 2. So you can press C just to automatically get the blade, or you can go ahead and click over here and get the blade. So cut that, go over, cut this, press V for your arrow, and then go ahead and just delete. And you can take this part, this is what you need, this says company 3 in it. Go ahead and drag audio and place it into this section. And if it's like, if you need this whole part, you can just go ahead and drag this over. So you have to make sure your slides up here match up with the audio then. Yeah. So your blade tool over here, your razor tool, is how you cut stuff up. Things like fill in blanks like that, move everything over, and then now you have the correct audio. And then for your slide, same thing. Like say if like slide 2 was like, if this slide said company blah blah blah, but you want to say company, the other company name, go ahead and take this slide out. You can either take it out or just go ahead and double click on it and delete what it says and then put in the right company name. So just double clicking on it is easier. So double click on it, erase what it says currently, and put what you need to say. So then once everything's correct in each of your sequences, so company 1, the video's good, everything looks right, it's playing good. Company 2, everything looks good. Company 3, everything looks good. You go ahead, save it, file save, and then what you do, you need to export. So remember, each one of these sequences is a video. So all 3 of your videos are right here. So what you need to do, click on company 1, go ahead, file, export, media. Make sure these are all the way to the end. So it gets your whole footage. Format, you want H.264. You want it to be in preset. Go ahead and just do it to Vimeo 1080. Change the frame rate down here to 24. And then title it however you want. This will be where you save it. We can find your video. So this is the company 1 video. Go ahead and save it. And then you click export. Once that's done exporting, go back to company 2. This is your second video. And you're going to go ahead and export that. Export media. Make sure these are all the way to the end. H.264. It says custom, but it's still at Vimeo. So Vimeo 1080. Frame rate is 24 down here. Go ahead and it automatically changes it, titles it to company 2. And then make sure it's where you want it to be at so you can easily find it. Save. And then export, cancel. Oh, once it's done exporting, it will go away. So then company 3, go ahead, same thing, file, export, media. Make sure these are to the end. H.264, Vimeo 1080 in here, company 3, make sure it's saving to the right spot, save, and then make sure it's 24, and then export. And then yeah, that should be all you need. And then save it one more time just in case.